Hi you guys, sorry about the late response ahead of time. I got some of the dates confused for this class, but that's okay. So I'm gonna do my meet the class discussion, just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Haley Harrell. I'm currently a softball player at Southeastern University, which we'll get more into in a minute. My current family, so actually I'm from Lakeland, which is really nice because my current family, both of my parents and my grandmother and everybody, my sister, brother, they all live here in Lakeland, so I get to spend time with them, which is a blessing. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of girls on my team. We have one from Australia and different parts all over the United States that don't get to see their family as much as I do, so it's a blessing to be this close and see my immediate family all the time. Other than that, I would say my softball team, I consider my family, more like sisters, you know. We spend like every waking moment together. We have 6 a.m. lifts, we have practice for 3 hours, games. We actually played 3 games in the last 4 days. We were just together all the time, and like once you're like that close to somebody, it's more like family than it is friends. I mean, we argue like family and fight like family and, have fun like family, so I would consider them part of my family as well. Another person would probably be my roommate. I've recently had the opportunity to move in with one of my best friends from high school, which is another great thing about being in Lakeland and going to school in Lakeland is all my friends from high school and even middle school and elementary school, we all grew up together and we all get to stay in the same place. So I get to hang out with them and, have a good time and things like that. You can probably hear them all in the living room right now, which is fun. Other than that, I found Southeastern through softball actually. We had just a lot of schools like looking into and things like that through softball. I mean, that was my main goal. I loved the education and like getting a higher education, but like softball has always been my life since I was little. I just love the sport, being on the field, being with the team, things like that. So I found Southeastern. I had been here like in Lakeland my whole life and I've heard about it, but I was never really interested until I got to like recruiting age and I got to look around at other schools and stuff. And my major would be organizational leadership, which I had my whole undergrad in as well, and I get to continue that through the master's program, which is a huge opportunity that was awarded to me through softball, actually, scholarships, and just talking with my coach through a lot of things and career paths and things like that we think I'd be interested in taking. I do not know exactly what I want to do when I graduate. I'm interested in a lot of things, so it's kind of hard to narrow it down. Like, I can't imagine just doing one thing. Something that I'm leaning towards is probably coaching. I would love to coach at a collegiate level, a softball team. I just love being on the field so much. I can't imagine my life without softball. Other than that, two places I spend my most time, as you could probably guess, would be the softball field. I don't know, we're in it all the time and I love it so much, and it's gotten a lot. If you ever played like high school sports or even a college sport, for those of you that are watching, it's different, like high school, you do other things. It's kind of like just like a fun hobby that you do. You go to practice if you want to most of the time. The coaches don't really care. And it's just a lot different. Now that I'm at a college level, it's weights and conditioning and running sprints and all the extra work that you have to put in if you want to be like that much better. Like at this level, nobody is just going to practices and getting by with the team sanctioned events that we have. There's always, you have extra time in your day, you go hit in the cage or you go run the bases or you just try to get extra work in to make yourself that much better because we all love it so much. So I would say most of my time is also spent with softball, whatever that entails, in the weight room, on the football field, running miles, in the classroom. We had a classroom session tonight where it's just, we talk about our goals and mission and vision statements as a team and what we're trying to accomplish here, not only in the softball team, but in the community around us. We love being involved in the community with other people. Other than that, where I spend my most time would probably be home as well. I'm a big introvert. I do not like talking in front of people. So praise the Lord for online master's programs. I love just sitting on my bed. I'm a big avid reader. I read all the time. I run through books like crazy. So sitting in my bed or in my room or outside and like watching the sunset with a good book in my hand is probably where I spend the majority of my time, where it's just quiet and, I don't know, nice and calm. And then a leadership experience that I've had. Actually, I've always kind of felt weird about leadership, being an introvert. Most of the leaders are extroverts. They're the people that are gonna like take charge and be outgoing and I don't know, just be out there, and I've never been that person. I'm always quiet. I like to sit in the back. I like to listen. I'm a big listener and just, I don't know. I've never quite seen myself as a leader, but through these courses, especially my undergrad and stuff, never once did they talk about leadership having to be an extrovert, which is very encouraging for me because I've always had like a passion for leadership that I could never explore until I started my undergrad. And that's really helped me throughout like my softball career and being a leader now, because I've now been at the school playing softball for 5 years. I had injuries and stuff which prohibited me from playing for 2 years. This is my first year back, and being one of the oldest people on the team, I'm naturally in the position where a lot of the new girls, a lot of the freshmen, they look up to me and things that happen, and like they have questions about just things in the past or what they're supposed to be doing or how this is supposed to look, and I'm able to step into that role and like coach them and guide them through a lot of things that are happening on the field and off the field in classrooms or on campus or even in Lakeland and things like that. So all these courses have taught me a lot about leadership and the traits and qualities that are important to being a leader, none of which are being the most extroverted person in the room or being controlling or taking control and just like making everybody do what you say, which I feel like is a common misconception with authority and leadership and things like that. So I would say the most leadership experience I have had in my entire life is actually I'm living through right now on the softball field. Being my 5th year, just naturally kind of fell into my lap, and now that I've got my whole undergrad in it, I finally have that confidence and that like will to step into the role. I want to be proactive, I want to lead, I want to help everybody on the team, you know, become leaders. Like that's my main passion in life, is just not to manage people, but to create other leaders, which I'm trying to do through my team at the moment. So that's just a little bit about me. Thank you for listening if you're watching this, and I know it's late, but please respond.